number 5. We're given f of x equals x to the third plus x minus 5. And we end up with 3 and then inside 2x to the third plus 3 and then inside 2x. So you see two things changing there, and then a minus 12, but we'll get to that. So what changes from here to here? There's a 2x on the inside. So a 2x on the inside, that indicates a horizontal stretch or shrink. And it's a shrink because we use the reciprocal, which is 1/2. So horizontal shrink by 1/2. What else changed from here to here? Well, we also multiplied by 3 in front. So a 3 in front of f of x is a vertical stretch by 3. And you see that also happened to this term as well, the 2x on the inside and the 3 on the outside. So if I multiplied this by 3 and this by 3, surely I multiplied the 5 by 3 also to make negative 15. So what else changed? To get from negative 15 to negative 12, they had to add 3. And because they added 3, that would make it up 3. Now let's go to 6, the first 6. I start with x to the fourth, and I end up with this. So two things change. Instead of x, it's now x plus 3. So that's a left. That's this. So that's left 3. And I also have a 1/3 in front. So having a 1/3 in front, that's an a value in front. So that's a vertical shrink by 1/3. Now for the next 6, I'm starting with this. Now this time they're asking us to write a rule for the function. So I start with this, and they want g of x to be 3 times f of negative x minus 5. So three things. They're asking us to do f of negative x. So instead of f of x, they want negative x. So instead of x, I want negative x. So instead of x, I want negative x. So then that would give me negative x to the third. 3 negatives make a negative. 2 negatives make a positive. So the negative squared is still positive. And that's what that looks like. But it also asks us to do that times 3. So I'm going to do 3 times that. So if I take this whole thing and multiply it by 3, it gives me negative 3x to the third plus 9x squared. And the last thing they ask is minus 5. And so I'll just minus 5. But since there's no like terms to combine with, there's nothing to do to simplify. And then I hit 7. And again, 7 is writing a rule. It starts us with x to the fourth minus 2x plus 4. And asks us to do negative 2. This is very similar to the last one. X minus 3 inside and plus 1. So I want f of x minus 3. So instead of f of x, I want x minus 3 in place of x. So instead of x, I'm going to do x minus 3. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, x minus 3 plus 4. And then it asks me to do that times negative 2. So take negative 2 times the function. So I'm going to multiply this whole thing by negative 2. So I get negative 2x minus 3 to the fourth. Negative 2 times negative 2 would make positive 4x minus 3. And 8 times negative 2 is, 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And then it asks me to plus 1 at the end, add 1, negative 8 plus 1 makes negative 7. And that's the final answer. You can distribute this and simplify if you want, but because this is complex, I don't care if you distribute. We talked about that being the bonus.